here on YouTube, Rich Gen X elsewhere, and it's time to continue our adventures with Eric The Unready in Swamp Trek. No, I'm not doing that. I mean, I'm getting over a cold. I'm not gonna do all that crazy shit. Okay. Yeah, we had just arrived on Monkey Island. Of course. Now I'm not having an issue here. So here I'm going to have to use a different one now because we... Okay. Okay, so now I gotta just now figure out what I'm doing here. And of course. Yeah, it sucks when you're... There's one website I use for the walkthroughs. Banana? Right. Of course. Let's see if I got something here. Banana. Let's see, let's try this. Oh, banana. You hear a disembodied voice say, to successfully complete a call, you must use the correct number of the party you wish to reach. If you need further assistance, please consult your user manual, as we never have operators standing by. Thank you for using God's name. God. Okay, let's try this. Yoo-hoo. An arm thrusts up from the surface of the swamp and tosses you the banana and then sinks out of sight again. Oh. I got the banana. Okay, I guess that'll work. Alright, let's... Alright, go. Getting over a goal. Excuse me again. Let's give this banana to the monkey. You give the banana to the monkey and he immediately scampers off to one side and sits down on the beach. He peels one side of the banana and rotates it to get it back to the next side. As he does so, however, the strip that is dangling suddenly reattaches itself to the banana. Puzzled, the monkey rotates the banana to peel the first side again, but then the second side pops back. More heads, and it doesn't even have half a whip. Why don't you get that coconut? That's a big coconut. Now let's take the coconut. Coconut. Alright. Yep. So it's time now to head to I think we gotta go to, yeah. I think we go here for Lilliput. If I remember right. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Put umbrella on belt. Okay, put coconut on belt. Alright, flip the lever. Put dragon on belt. Okay. Well, now we have a full-size dragon. Alright. I guess that's, up with what I need, I guess. More. So now I have a dragon on the raft. Ah, I see now. Go to the iceberg. Right there. Swamp. On the cap. You've encountered a small iceberg that blocks further passage to the southwest. On the raft, you see a dragon. The dragon eyes the obstacle and then sucks in an enormous breath. When it exhales, a hot jet of fire blaze across the surface of the iceberg, quickly reducing it to a couple ice cubes. Yeah. Then the dragon gives a polite burp and the cubes disappear. The dragon flies up into the air, dips its wings over and a salute, then flies off over the horizon. Well, that works. Well, now that that's done, we can go to this island. What's it called again? Null Island. Tall reeds on the southwestern shore of this island are shielding you from some gnolls who are enjoying a quiet family meal. You are close enough that you could easily overhear bits of their conversation. A trail leads off to the east. You stand up and take a look around. Hardly any blood at all. How disappointing for you. I suppose there's supposed to be a take on the Addams Family, given the music. So, Junior, other than torturing swamp eels, what did you learn in school today? In Louise' playroom. This is a bizarre playroom stuffed to the gills with macabre pieces of equipment, including among the child-sized instruments of death and torture are gallows, a guillotine, a rack, and an electric chair. The only way out is back to the west. Okay. Oh, you place the coconut on the guillotine, the blade drops and takes a clean slice out of it. The top rolls away somewhere, and when you pick up the coconut, you see a clear white liquid inside, of course. With the nonchalant flair of someone who has been tending a poolside bar for years, you drop the umbrella into the coconut. Alright. Put rum in the coconut. And pour the contents of the bottle into the coconut. Moments later, the bottle vanishes. Okay. Let's head back to the west. Yeah, it's all reach still, okay. Shut up and drink your soup before it clots. Climb into the... It's down in the captain's chair. Alright. Back to Fantasy Island. Alright. Now time to rescue the crew. Give coconut to Dadu. The midget takes the coconut and takes a small sip. Wow, that is ring. The midget produces a lime from his pocket and says, "You put your lime in the coconut, then you feel better." He then goes off to the house. Soon afterwards, he reappears with Mr. Dork trailing after him. Please accept my most profound apologies, Captain Smirk. I don't know what it is that came over me. Dork produces the bolt cutters of doom and hands them to you. Here, my friend. Free your compatriots. You snip the bolt in half and the cage falls to the ground. The chain! Dork yells. You were supposed to cut the chain. That bolt is the only thing that holds this island together. Run for your lives! You hear a low rumble, which is quickly followed by a geyser of water that erupts below your feet, blasting you high into the air. No, you just done screwed up. Not really. You land on the mainland with a tidal wave bearing down upon you. You race away from it, tripping and stumbling as you go. When its fury subsides, you collapse exhausted on the ground outside a black gate. Uh-oh, I think we ended Friday. Oh, Eric, you're all set. All you need to do now is break into the witch's castle and get Lorelei out of there. Once you've got her outside the black gate, blow the whistle that she wears around her neck. The whistle will summon Pegasus, the winged horse. Get on his back and he will carry you and Lorelei back home faster than you can blink your eyes. But remember, Eric, prophecy says that Flood will die at noon. The Bears game should be over by then. So I'll be waiting at the king's side unless they're going overtime. You must deliver to Lorelei before the clock strikes 12, or Grazilla will inherit the kingdom and all will be lost. Hurry, Eric. You have not a single moment to waste. Oh, damn, we're in endgame?
Oh, I do hope I've remembered everything. It's been ages since we had a wedding here at the castle.
The horses' heads are boiling. I've get enough dogs to feed a small army. There's plenty of spleens on all the tables. There's a circle on the floor in the Great Hall so the stupid beast will know where to stand during the ceremony. The minister is roaring drunk, and the bride is still pining her hopes on that incompetent knight. I guess nothing could go wrong now. Well, even though it's just daytime, this is still a gloomy place. A large black gate stands across the road that leads to the witch's castle. The ground here is littered with decaying grocery bags full of moldering goods. A cobweb skeleton sits with its back to the gate, its bony hand still clutched a heart-shaped box. You see a newspaper here. Well, I didn't expect to be ending this game this time around. But let's read the paper. Giant knight stalks countryside. Eric grows 150 feet overnight. Experts baffled. Right. Swamp vanishes with big sucking sound. The swamp of perdition disappeared yesterday into what experts are calling a self-sucking stasis field. It begins as a small gurgling noise, said one expert who asked to be identified. Then it gradually grows, gaining momentum steadily until it starts to suck in everything around it. Soon it is so powerful that it sucks in itself. At this point it stabilizes and will remain in a steady state indefinitely, as long as no one comes along and tickles it. Fool's hats and chamber pots, new fashion trend. The new look of the dead Presley is taking tourists by storm. Thousands of Taurians are mimicking the sartorial choices of the dead minstrel, driving the prices of chamber pots and fool's hats through the roof. They said I was an idiot to go into this business, said Wilfred the Hatter to an Inquirer editor. Well, I am an idiot, but now I'm a rich idiot. I can buy and sell your stupid rag before breakfast. Well, maybe not before breakfast, lawyers don't get up that early. But before lunch anyway. By tea time I could have bought it again. Now, who are you calling an idiot? Okay, classifieds. Handmaiden to the gods. Must be able to carry multiple steins in one hand. Must supply own breastplates. Blonde preferred. Right Valhalla Industries, Carol Morty. What a new play. Assistant whitewasher. It's not just a job, it's an adventure. T. Sawyer. Cadbury Table Factory, specializing in tables of unusual shapes for over 500 years. Rhomboids, ovoids, hexagonal, polyhedral, good references. Windsor Construction Company. There will never be a better time to buy one of our newly constructed castles. Spacious dungeons, lofty towers, all models have 3 bedrooms, 2.5 privies. Low interest rates, title insurance, convenient to schools and shopping. Call now and we'll throw in the serfs. General interest, step-parents, guardians. As a small child with a portentous future been left in your care, are you tired of black-cloaked figures skulking around the taverns near your home? Your worries are over. Just send the precious tot to Ecole des Belles Canos. Ecole des Belles Canos. Unsure whether your ward is a child of destiny? Just take the simple 3-part test. Does he have an unusual birthmark? Does a kindly but mysterious traveler with a gray beard stop by every few years to check up on his progress? Does he occasionally stand stock still with his eyes glazed over while he seems to be seeing a faraway scene? If you answer yes to any 2 of these 3 questions, then Ecole des Belles Canos is for you. Don't delay, right today. Well, alright. Well, it's time to I night bolt. Well, and a oh god. Oh good lord. This is actually kind of weird. Oh boy. That there's some logic to it. Put pitchfork in tar or pitch. You plunge the pitchfork into the tar, bend your knees and give it a good heave. The tar flies over your shoulder, wrenching the pitchfork from your hands. As it goes, you hear a splat and a roar, and you turn around just in time to see an enraged, tar-covered whelphin lumbering out of sight. Well, that's a crow, so let's obviously throw with the crowbar at it. The crow strikes at you, but the magical crowbar intercepts the slashing talons. The bird's claws involuntarily close around the bar, and the weight of it pulls him to the ground. Flapping his wings furiously, he manages to take off again, but he can only get a few feet into the air. Hopping and fluttering, he disappears slowly to the northwest, where suddenly a magic causeway appears, swallows him up, and disappears again. Okay, yeah, we're definitely gonna put, alright, now we got that eye. Nothing, an old remedy for a sore eye was to put a stake over your eye. You slap the stake onto the black eye. It's a black eye. Moments later, the stake falls to the ground and vanishes. When you look up, you notice that the eye has also disappeared. It's a lightning bolt. We'll cut with the bolt cutters. The cutter slices through the lightning bolt like a hot knife through butter. There is a sudden flash and a clap of thunder, and not only has the bolt disappeared, but the bolt cutters are gone as well. Okay. Now let's take that candygram. Yeah, you take the candygram from the skill. Okay. Okay. Well, let's turn that moon with the wrench. I mean, it is a crescent wrench, and it's a crescent moon. You give the crescent moon a little twist, it slides into alignment with the stars, and the gate swings open. Suddenly, a rush of ghostly shapes stream past you. You are knocked to the ground until the gray whirlwind pass. When you get up, you see the wicked witch standing in front of you. At last, she cries in triumph. Those gates were sealed for 5,000 years ago by the great wizard Bellsmouth. He scattered the keys across the Taurus so they could never be assembled again. Now you found them and opened the gates so that all the evil of the other side shall be free to roam Taurus. For as long as my castle stands, she throws her head back and lets out a loud screaming cackle. A small voice in your head says, oops. The witch snaps her finger and you suddenly find yourself in a turret room of her castle. The turret is cluttered with all kinds of occult paraphernalia. An open spellbook lies on the table, flanked by a crystal ball and an hourglass. On the wall you see a skull, a stuffed owl, a jar containing some eyeballs, and several jars of God knows what. A full-length mirror adorns the far wall. Finally we meet, Eric.
You've caused me much trouble this past week. Perhaps now I can return the favor. Much as I would like to, however, I cannot attend to you in person. The wedding of your precious L'Oreals is due to start at 11, and I still have some final preparations to complete. Who would have thought that a simple half-hour ceremony would require so much work? I'd love for you to participate in the nuptials, Eric, but it's considered bad luck for dead men to come to the wedding. By the time the ceremony starts, you will most definitely be deceased.
She's confident in that. The witch turns over. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, let's turn hourglass. You set the hourglass on its size. The sand stops draining and the curse is temporarily foiled. Okay. Take eyeballs. Take the eyeballs from the jar. Okay. Put eyeballs in skull. You put the eyeballs into the skull, they instantly light up and the mirror turns opaque. Interesting. Read a book. The page appears to be blank. Hoot. The mirror goes dark and you hear a ghostly voice. I am the spirit of the mirror. He who would enter my realm must first show he can see things as I do. The voice fades and some symbols appear on the mirror. I am the spirit of the mirror. What is your response? Okay, so it looks like it says 11 plus 11, which is 22. But this is the mirror seeing it. So the mirror is actually seeing 9 plus 9. Which the answer is 18. That's actually clever. The mirror becomes clear and you can see through it to a dark passageway beyond. Passageway. This is a secret passageway that runs between the turret and the witch's bedroom. The only thing you can make out here is a chain that is hooked to the ceiling that runs through a hole in the floor. You peer down through the hole to the great hall below. The chandelier hangs directly above a small black circle that has been described on the floor. Other than that, you can't see much. West. Alright, to the bedroom. The witch's bedroom looks like it belongs to a little girl. An innocent-looking teddy bear sits on the bed, and everything else seems to be three-quarter size. You see a small broomstick here, and nearby is a dressing table that stands against one wall. The window is set to the west wall, and a secret passageway goes back to the east. On the table, you see some makeup. Makeup. Alright, what is this makeup anyhow? There's a pot of green makeup that says on the label warning. While it has been demonstrated that this product will keep your opinion metal within 30 minutes, it is perfectly safe for personal use if used as directed. To apply, first seal your face with several layers of wax. Make sure you are wearing insulated gloves. Makeup comes in contact with your eyes, flush immediately with cold water, then buy a white cane and a pair of glasses. The product comes into direct contact with your skin, we recommend immediate amputation of the affected area. If you have any complaints, call about our products, call 1-800-747-7633. Operators are standing 5. Do not call that number. I have no idea if that's a working number. Alright. Let's wait now. Okay. Let's wait 11 more minutes. Put makeup on chain. You smear the makeup on the chain, it immediately goes to work dissolving the metal. Moments later, hot pops out of existence. Okay. Alright. Open window. Let's see, ride the broom. It's got training wheels on, so I might be able to ride it. Hop on the broom, which flies through the air, swirling and looping. Bucking like an untamed horse. Suddenly the broom sails out of the open window and you find yourself conducting aerial maneuvers several hundred feet above the ground. Somehow managed to hang on and after the bow, you know still landing outside the black gate where you're from the wall. Even though it is days at the outlook. Ride broom. Flies into the air, swirling and looping, bucking like an untamed horse. You sail high over the castle and then fly through a small window and get dumped off the room onto the floor of a small dark room. Crawl space. This is a small crawl space below the Great Hall. There's a trapdoor in the ceiling and a window to your west in the west wall. Okay, let's open the door. Brass ring and pull and the door swings open. Up. Just use wriggle up through the trapdoor. Get a face full of white gooey stuff. You wriggle up some more and discover that you're inside a giant cake. You nibble away enough of the cake, and you'll look at your surroundings. Great Hall. In the cake, you are in the Great Hall of the Witch's Castle, hiding in Princess Lorelai's wedding cake. Give you an excellent vantage point from which to view the wedding ceremony. Candygram. It's a bright red heart-shaped box that has the words Candygram written across it. Underneath the logo, there's some fine print. Knowing in your heart that only geeks read fine print, you nevertheless look at the small word. Warning, the Surgeon General of Force has determined that this package contains massive explosive charges that will instantly kill whoever opens it. Therefore, it should not be advertised in the magazine. The Ultimire, the government will continue to subsidize its manufacture in the county of North Carolina. Alright. Well, let's get this going. Time passes. A cheer goes up and the Great Hall starts to fill with the most bizarre creatures you've ever seen. Eye stalks, tentacles, and external gills, and other organs are randomly distributed among them, as if the guests had been created by a giant explosion in a body parts factory. After a few moments, the beast enters and drags Lorelai down the aisle to stand in front of the minister. She still looks beautiful despite her weak captivity. She is dressed in a pure white gown, and the whistle of delirium still hangs around her throat. As a beaming witch looks on, the minister clears his throat and says, "Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to witness the bondage of Lorelai to the beast." The minister scratches his horn with one of his fins, and then continues reading the words of the ceremony. Suddenly, the chandelier plummets down from the ceiling. It scores a direct hit on the beast and deals Lorelai a glancing blow. The beast falls to the ground dead. Lorelai falls as well. When
but she doesn't appear to be seriously wounded. The room erupts in chaos. Chaos is what you know best. You burst forth from the cake and cry, "The Jammers!" The witch screams or goes closing around you. "Stay back!" commands. "I want to kill him myself." She pauses and strokes her chin. "But how to do it? These things must be done delicately." There's a moment frozen in time. Everyone in the crowd is staring either at you or at the fallen body of the beast. The lovely Lorelei has faded once again, which appears to be coming to some kind of a decision. I am not going to continue waiting. I'm going to do the only thing I can do. Give. Candygram. The witch. Because it worked in Blazing Saddles. Candygram for me? How thoughtful of you. Thanks, you reply. You might want to read the fine print before you open it. Don't be silly. Only geeks read fine print. She opens the box and the 10 pounds of high explosive chocolate detonates from her. "I'm melting!" she screams while trying to lick the gooey stuff from her chin. "Who'd have thought my love wickedness could be destroyed by some caramel rings?" She suddenly disappears in a puff of smoke and you hear a low rumble as the castle starts to shake. Oh boy. Ever so tenderly, you gather the unconscious girl into your arms. Hey, the score has just gone up by 20. Pieces of the castle are falling all around you. Out. You race out of the castle and take a mad dash for freedom. Your aid is intercepted by an explosion from behind, which picks you up as you were a ragdoll that dumps you outside the black gate. Yeah, we know. Suddenly you are caught up in a whirlwind of gray shapes. All the evil creatures who had escaped earlier in the day are screaming back and screeching madly as they are sucked against their will back into the castle. As the last of them disappears, the castle walls start to cave in. The towers and turrets seem to fall in slow motion as if a giant hand was grinding them back into the earth. You hear one wild cataclysmic explosion and then silence. All that remains of the castle is a pile of smoldering ruins. Yeah, it's over. Well, we only have very little to do now, and we'll end the game. So, I'm going to right now say this. I do thank you for watching. Watch to the end, because we're going to have the end game happen here in a moment. And then next time around, something is going to go up in the place of Eric The Unready. So, if you watched this far, please put in the comments, Eric has saved the day. And check out the other videos I have going up on the channel every day at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Besides this, I am working my way through the Assassin's Creed series, currently on the first game. But for the podcast games my mom found, I have played through the first 3 games so far. I am working my way through the spellcasting series, currently on the last game of that. Spellcasting 301, Spring Break. Working my way through the Indiana Jones franchise. Starts currently on Indiana Jones and the Infernal and the Emperor's Tomb. Working my way through the Shantae series, currently on Shantae. I've already played through Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. Working my way through once the game of Monstrum. I'm working my way through the Deponia series of games, currently playing. I'm going to be starting Deponia, the complete journey. Or no, just finished Deponia complete journey, so I'm going to be starting Deponia Doomsday, I believe. Or Doomsday
phone, you wanted to, or I can never remember which it is right now. And I'm also working my way through the Leisure Suit Larry franchise, currently on Leisure Suit Larry 2. And I should say I'm following Leisure Larry Lapper, not Larry Lunch. Maybe I'll try the Lovage game again. Maybe. And a bunch of other games that premiere at 3 p.m. in that 2-week cycle. Also weekly at 10 a.m. I have stuff premiering Tuesday through Saturday. Tuesday's usually Fic reading. Wednesday is one of the first 7 Final Fantasies. Thursday is usually Dead by Daylight games. Friday is fighting game ladder mode. I'm probably still working on Injustice 2, but depending on if I am able to get MK1 before then or not, I'll start it on the ladder to MK11. If I get MK1, I'll do story mode for MK1. And Saturday is usually reserved for retrospectives for games and series and story modes I beat. Now, since I've gone through all that, let's load a missile. You scan the horizon for the mighty Pegasus. After a while, you scan it again. Eventually, you see a small dot in the eastern sky. It grows larger and larger until it is upon you, landing in a flurry of wings and feathers. To your surprise, a large duck disappeared. Where's Pegasus, you ask? Where's Pegasus, you ask? Lunch break, replies the duck. Well, he's gonna get older, duck. Alright, let's ride the duck. Impossible to rely on the duck to climb on after her. We have now reached full circle. Magic Bird takes off, and soon you are flying high over Taurus. Lorelei awakens from her stupors. I knew you would come. Before you can reply, the duck suddenly starts its altitude and starts descending towards Bud's castle. The thrones of Fudd and Morgana have been set on a platform outside the castle in front of a large crowd. You land just in time to see Fudd's head loll forward. Father! Cries Lorelei. She leaps from the back of the duck and pushes her way through the crowd to the king's side. Too late! Morgana cries in triumph. She snatches Fudd's crown and starts to lower on Griselda's head. Wait! Shouts Bud the Lizard. Prophecy or no prophecy, Lorelei is still next in line to the throne. Before Griselda is crowned queen, Lorelei has the right to invoke the ancient ritual of challenge. What do you say, Lorelei? Do you invoke the ritual? Everyone looks at Lorelei, who is kneeling next to her father. She is holding him in her arms and crying uncontrollably. Bud asks the question again, and she shouts, Don't you people care that the king has died? He was a good man and a good father. Go ahead and play your games with the crown. I will do a daughter's duty and mourn for my sire. A hush falls over the crowd. So be it, says Bud into the silence. You may proceed, Morgana the Black, but it is an ill day indeed for Taurus. Once again, the queen starts to lower the crown onto the head of her daughter. Of course, it is considered bad form to crown a new queen when the old king isn't dead. Who said that? Morgana shouts. I did, you. Oh, that was fun. I did, you wretch. I Fudd, your husband, whom you never loved. I Fudd, the drooling old fool. I Fudd, your king. Fudd rises from his throne and stands before Morgana. But how? What about the prophecy? The prophecy was correct in every detail. It said the old King Fudd would die. Well, the old king, old Fudd, did die. You see before you a new king, a younger king, a king no longer besotted by evil charms of an evil woman. And my first act as the new king is to banish you and your daughter from the kingdom. And take that simp Sir Pectoral with you, too. The crowd cheers as Morgana, Griselda, and Sir Pectoral slink from the platform. Oh shit. The two of them hug while the crowd cheers. Then Lorelei whispers in Bud's ear, and the two of them pull apart. I hate skipping over stuff. And finally, there's the matter of Sir Eric the Unready. No knight had ever withstood such hardships as he had. No knight ever pursued a noble quest. Now then, the traditional reward for the rescue of a princess is her hand in marriage and half the kingdom. Sorry, I missed part of that. Bud pauses, looks at you, and then continues. And this is exactly the reward that Sir Eric shall receive. I hereby decree that a year and a day hence from this date, Lorelei and Eric shall be married, and they shall jointly be heirs to the kingdom. Wow. Pandemonium erupts. The mob lifts you up into the air, and the people pass you over their heads and deposit you on the platform next to Lorelei. The two of you kiss as more and more people climb onto the stage. Suddenly you hear a familiar low rumble. Uh-oh. That stage's gonna collapse. Thus did it pass that Sir Eric rescued the Princess Lorelei and became betrothed unto her. Morgana the Black was exiled from the kingdom, and Bud the Wizard returned to his contemplation of the Holy Gridiron. And so endeth the saga of Sir Eric the Unready, Part 1. There was never a Part 2. And we have, indeed, come to the end of the game.